Yellowstone National Park. For the currently dormant and dormant volcanoes that make up Yellowstone National Park, YNP, predictions are based on the likelihood of an eruption within a certain time frame, not on a specific date. This long-range weather forecast, as Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, YVO, Deputy Scientist in Charge Mark E. Stelten calls it in this week's Caldera Chronicles, is similar to the likelihood that an upcoming hurricane season will have more storms than a typical year. In other words, the forecast is based on the frequency of eruptions at a particular volcano over time, which geologists determine by combining geologic mapping with geochronology, or the dating of rock formations. Another part of the forecast is whether a volcanic eruption is an isolated event or something that occurs as part of a larger cluster of volcanic events. YVO compares this type of trend to a shooting, where a shotgun ball is more likely to be fired into someone's yard during the shooting season than during the off-season. Recent research suggests that many volcanic systems, including Yellowstone, operate in a similar fashion, with multiple eruptions occurring in rapid succession, separated by long periods with few or no eruptions, YVO wrote. To accurately describe a volcano's eruptive history, these clusters of eruptions need to be well characterized. According to YVO, once a volcano's eruptive history is understood, it's important to understand where the volcano is currently, in terms of its life cycle. It's like trying to figure out whether the volcano is currently in a season of its cycle. Because YNP produces large but infrequent eruptions, with eruptive episodes occurring every thousands to hundreds of thousands of years, YVO wrote that there are few observations to base estimates on. YVO confirmed that no eruptions have occurred at YNP in the past 70,000 years. However, from 160,000 years ago to 70,000 years ago, rhyolite lava flows, or clusters of lava flows, erupted on average every 20,000 years. Does this mean we are currently out of volcanic season? YVO wrote. Or does it mean we are due to have an eruption, which, by the way, has never actually happened? The reality is that we cannot say for certain based on statistical forecasting methods alone. Instead, we must combine these types of forecasts with direct volcano monitoring to assess the state of the volcanic system. YVO asserts that based on current knowledge of YNP's eruptive history, the annual probability of an eruption is 0.001%, which may even be an overestimate in the short term. There are currently no signs of an imminent eruption based on monitoring data, and YVO writes that the magmatic system beneath YNP is largely solid. According to the National Park Service, Yellowstone has more than 10,000 thermal areas that include hot springs, mud pools, and steam vents. The park is also a hotspot for seismic activity, with an average of 1,500 to 2,500 earthquakes per year. In 2023, there were 1,623 earthquakes, which is considered average. The largest earthquake reported last year was a magnitude 3.7, according to the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory. Such eruptions can happen anywhere there is hydrothermal activity, Pullen said. Hydrothermal refers to hot water in the Earth's crust. There were 64 earthquakes reported in Yellowstone last month, according to the University of Utah Seismograph Station. Clusters of earthquakes can occur periodically and account for about 50% of the overall seismic activity in the Yellowstone area. The Yellowstone caldera is about 55 miles long and about 25 miles wide. The word caldera basically refers to a very large crater. It is the largest volcanic crater in North America,